Hey, this is Tickle, and in this video, we're going to talk about the Covenant Sanctum and your upgrades, as well as Anima. We're going to talk about those things because these are the most asked questions we get on the stream. So I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there that need help. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Number one, you're upgraded for your Sanctum. Well, basically, when you go over here to your Sanctum, this is it for Venthyr, but you'll have other areas in, all the other sanctums where you can upgrade your one of four areas, and as you gain more anima, you'll be able to upgrade these further. Now there's four different options, and the question I've been getting is which one should I do first? And I didn't know the answer, so I did some digging. And again, Wowhead's a great resource for this type of information, but there's a lot to get through, and there's a lot of nuances here. So let's go ahead and go one by one through them. I'll put the Wowhead links down below that will help you. But basically, number one, the transport network. This is basically how are you going to, a quick way for you to flash around the map. This will open up portals that'll basically allow you to teleport. If you get down to rank 3, and as you can, you can read these things, but we're not going to just be reading them, don't worry, but for this one we will. Allows a mysterious network of ancient mirrors to be set up. You can move across Revendreth by reactivating the network. You initially restore mirrors in certain areas. Similarly, this then diverts it to additional networks. And then this one now sets up a portal that will go to Oribos. So that'll be nice, save you some time. But the reality is this is just saving you time. You have to... I do not recommend that you necessarily increase this one if you don't want just the speed of getting around the zone. There are some other ones that will give you some true benefits to your class, legendaries and such. So this one, this is a nice to have. It's not one I recommend. The other one is the court. So this is the one for Venthyr, but all of the covenants will have different homegrown events that will be for that covenant. This one is about basically setting up a party, inviting people, all that stuff. This one is more flavorful rewards, is my understanding based on my research. There's nothing here that will increase your power or increase your your progression towards legendaries. So this one again is one I would say kind of you probably don't need to go after it. And here again, I'll link this down below. But basically, this is where this talks a little bit more about it. The covenant specific feature. Each covenant's minigame will give exclusive rewards, features, and rewards. And so, like, if I go to Ember Court, for example, there's a lot of information here, and that's why I'm making this kind of summary. But at the end of the day, you'll unlock certain things, and they're mostly cosmetics. So that's why I'm not recommending not to do that. And again, I'll link these down below. You can take a look. A little bit dense, but that's that. Now, the other two are useful, and here's why. Number one, we'll go over the adventure table. This is one that you could get. It might save you some time on a weekly basis, but in general, this isn't my recommendation either. But what this one gives you is it actually gives you a chance at your adventurer's table to be able to do quests and missions, and I'll show you in game what that looks like. And it will allow you to do missions that could get you gear, anima, and potentially Soul Ash. Now, the Soul Ash is that weekly resource that you're going to be able to farm, and you need to be farming from Torghast. When you do those runs, you'll get a certain amount of Soul Ash, and there's a certain cap you can get to the week. So this might help you, and it's on the, this is through the WoW Companion app. It's a way that you could get that. Now, again, you can see my options here. I can see, there's some anima, there's some XP for my follower, there's some adventurer enchanting cash for my profession. Then there's this one, 155 gear. Now, that's not really that great, but it is what it is. This challenge leads to an additional with greater rewards, so it's kind of like a progression system. Now, this will take some time, and as a passive player, maybe it could be fun for you to do that. But reality is this: Soul Ash is pretty easy to farm from Torghast, and that's not the one that I recommend either. While that might have some cosmetic rewards as well as for followers and be a mini game system, the one that I recommend that everybody goes for, if you're going for power for your character, is the Anima Conductor. Now, I only have rank 1. I've explored some of the other options as well, as you can see that I have those. But this is a little bit different. This is how you unlock a certain event in your zone, and that event in your zone will give you a certain currency based on what type of event. And what's that currency, Tickle? It's critical that you know this, in case you're trying to be kind of on the cutting edge of content. Anima Conductor. What this is talking about is the following. This is, and I'll go down and I'll show you what it looks like in game, but the whole moral of the story is this. You're going to get anima from your week. It's a daily quest that comes out of your sanctum. You can do it every day. you want to be doing it every day. And you can redirect your anima to certain areas of the map, and as you do that, that will unlock a certain event. So you can see special treasure gives you 2 of this currency. So what is this currency? This is what we're talking about. This is the money. Okay, so basically it's this. It's called Grateful Offering, and you'll get a certain amount of them depending on what event that you do for that day. That will allow you to get this currency, Grateful Offerings, like I did one today. It was an enemy champion, I think. So it was 3, or it's 2, I guess. But there's some that give 3. There's some that give 6. And so that will also probably progress as you level this up. You can see this allows you to channel anima to 2 different areas. This one allows you to get additional daily quests, world quests, and progress those available options. And then the last one allowing you to channel anima to these 2 different areas, enhancements and an elite foe. And that elite foe is probably where you're going to be able to get additional, this one, powerful foe, 6 per daily kill. This is big. Why is it big? Well, if you get 35 of this currency from doing this every day, you can use this, the Chronicle of the Lost Memories. What is this? Search the Chronicle for the Lost Memories, receiving a memory of a legendary power for your class you do not already have. That's huge. Why is that huge? Because not every legendary is available every week. And as everybody knows that's grinding out their legendaries that they can grind from dungeons, they don't always drop. This can be a huge time save. Now, of course, at the beginning, if you get just any of them, this could be one of many options. Probably not going to be the one you want right away, but maybe it is. And it's just a way that every day you can work towards knocking down legendaries without having to worry about farming that content. Especially if you're farming heroic, spires, nonstop to just get that one legendary. You at least know that there's going to be a flow of legendaries on a predictable schedule you'll be able to start racking in. Now, the only catch to this is the way you actually can get the Grateful Offerings, the way you can actually spend them is through the vendor. The vendor actually says you require 4 anima streams to be permanently reinforced. Now, while you may get excited and think, okay, well, if I get about 3 a day, it'll take me about 12 days to be able to get enough currency to buy this, you actually need to have progressed through the system a bit to make this work. Now, what does it mean? What requires 4 anima streams to be permanently reinforced? Well, it's a great question because this has to do with how you are going through this process on a daily basis and why it's important to start this early, because the way it works, even at level 1 is a good place to start because it allows you to go to this type of fixture within your covenant. And when you right click this, what you'll see is I chose this area for today. This was my first time doing this. And frankly, I'm glad that I did because this progression across the bottom, I have to do this every day. 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 10 times. And then after I've done this 10 times, so 10 dailies of doing this, I can reinforce one of the streams. What does that mean? Well, every day you come back to this, it will reset. It won't be streaming to a particular conductor, and it'll be turned off. You have to every day select which path you want to take. So it'll take me 10 days to be able to reinforce one of my options right now because I'm only rank 1. I have these 2. So in 10 days from now, I can go ahead and I can reinforce this path if I wanted to. That will make it so this will always stay on. I don't have to re-up it every day. Then after 10 days after that, I have to reinforce this one. Then I need to get to level 2, level 3 to get 4 paths. Yeah, I know. It means that it's 40 days away of doing this every day. So not even 40 days, it's 40 times you're doing this daily. So if you miss a day, okay, it might be in 41 days. So in 40 days, you'll be able to finally buy that legendary item that will give you a random legendary. But if you think about it, if I've done this every day for 40 days, and I'm getting, let's say, roughly 3 a day, that means I have 120-ish of the currency. If that's the case, the first time I can buy that legendary recipe, or that random legendary recipe, I can buy about 3 of them, 4 of them. My math was off. Around 4 of them, which is good. That means 4 random legendary results are going to be locked and loaded into your character. That's after the next 4 weeks. Now you have to think about it like this too. The content is that the raid, Mythic Plus, etc., is coming out in about 2 weeks, a week and a half now. So you can already, if you started this a few days ago, like I already missed out on 3, 4, bubbles down here. So I could have been that much closer to reinforcing one of the streams. So now I'm a little bit behind. So if you stay on the path and do this every day, in 40 days, which is about 2 weeks into the season, you could have a chunk of legendaries. Now, sure, you might say, well, I can farm most of them. Yeah, this might be a way to catch up on ones you've missed. Okay, and you could still just farm a lot of those ones from the dungeon. but this will help you kind of catch up. This is another really good thing to do on alts. Alts, if you just choose this upgradable way and you start doing this every day in 40 days, and if that's the area that you're upgrading in your Covenant Sanctum, then it will allow you to get some legendaries as a catch-up mechanic. That'll be a way to kind of get that after the fact. So those are definitely things you want to think about when you're picking your options. I mean, in reality, this is, I think, a reliable way to get this legendary currency to be able to have a catch-up mechanic for at least some legendaries. And as I'm doing content, I'm probably going to be picking up these from doing the mythics or the dungeons or whatever. When mythic pluses come out, I'll probably start to fill out a lot of other ones. So even more so in 4 weeks from now, well, what is it? 4 or 5 weeks from now, I will be able, when I get to this point, maybe it's, maybe that we've already seen the world bosses, so we already have those. By then, maybe we've already seen some of the other Torghast floors, so I've gotten some of those, but maybe I've missed some, or maybe I was busy that week and I couldn't grind spot, I don't know, a certain place of Torghast, or maybe I want the last raid, the last boss in the raids one, and I haven't gotten that yet. These are ways that can kind of bring you kind of closer to that goal. And in terms of other options, everything else here, if you're trying to say, Tickle, I'm not trying to min-max, then just do whatever you feel like. There's no other, though I just wanted to share with you. People have been asking this question a ton. Yo, which one should I do? I would recommend the Anima Conductor is a good one, at least on the alts as well, to start farming some progress. And that's just one daily to do every day that pops up at that option when you pick the path. Otherwise, Adventurers Table could help you save on a weekly time. So maybe on the alts, this would be another one. Otherwise, the other ones are more flavorful and interesting. I mean, I've gotten one of each, but I think I'm going to probably double down on Anima Conductor now that I realize what its true potential is. And now the other question is, and so that's that. Let me know which one you're going to go in the bottom and why. I know there's a lot of cool mounts and cosmetic items that are also available, but I'd like to know what you're going and why you're doing that. Now, the other thing is Anima. How do you get Anima? Well, it's a great question. People have been asking this on stream. Hey, how do I do this? What do I do? Etc. Well, there's a few ways that we found out, and I want to thank the stream for helping me out with this, because we were talking about it for a long time every day. Twitch.tv/tickle_this. At 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But we were talking about a few things. Number one, there are now world quests that look like this, used to infuse 35 stored anima. Now it's 35 times 3, because there's 3 of those items when you complete the world quest. So that's good. There's other rep world quests, but that's a main way you can go around and just pick these off. This will also give you rep with that area. There's also ways to do this through rare bosses, rare mobs. Rare mobs will drop a chunk of this, maybe one item or so. Bosses in dungeons are dropping one of these blue quality ones for about 35. There's also treasure chests are dropping a bunch of the 5-stack ones, and they all show up as items in your inventory. And now, while my inventory might give you a little bit of a panic because it looks goddamn terrible, but these are some like infusing 5, and there's a 5-stack, a 6-stack, those types of things, which you'll then deposit into your anima kind of bucket, which you saw me looking at before. So that's one of the main ways. Dungeon bosses, similar to Azerite power, right? World quests, as well as there are some dungeon quests. Sanguine Depths was one that gave us a quest. It's over here. Dungeon guides below. There was a quest that gave us 250 times 3 anima power, and we were like, wait, what? So that was kind of weird to us. We were all kind of surprised why the heck that happened. But those are some of the ways that you're going to be able to get it. Other quests you'll find in Orbost will give you rep, and I'll show you where to get that now because it's a little bit hidden. There is a quest that is over here. I'll show you that is on a weekly basis over here. Now it is kind of hidden, but you can actually see the stairs down here. If you go down here, you'll see there's mobs that will give you a quest. These quests has an option of different reps. Which reps do you want to go? There's different quartermasters that will give you different items depending on that. You can see them, this one and that one. This was for Necrotic Wake. This one was for something else. For some reason, they're not showing as exclamation marks on the map, and I kind of wish that they were, but they're down here, and you won't even be able to see it. The Broker's Den. Oh, I lied. Sorry. It does give you anima, 5x of the 35s, as well as there's weeklies, which are for PvP, having to do with honor, a random battleground, that will give you actually a pretty good amount, 250 stored anima. These are over here at the Enclave. These mobs right here, which is definitely somewhere else where you want to check out. The Enclaves right there, where you can talk to these, and they'll give you the quests. And then that's where you can turn it as well. This is where the PvP vendor is, which is a great way to gear as well. So with that being said, guys, that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to show you that there are a bunch of different options that are available to upgrade your Covenant Sanctum. The ones, like, why would you go the ones that I suggested? I'll be walking through that. Why would you want to go certain ones? Why wouldn't you? How to farm the anima, how to do the command table, all that stuff. So I just wanted to walk through that and show it to you. But with that being said, I want to thank you guys so much. If you guys do like this content, make sure to hit that sub button down below. I know about 70% of you haven't subbed yet. I would love for you to join the channel. But we're gonna be streaming every day, twitch.tv/tickle this, keeping the content flowing, a lot of shaman stuff, as well as a lot of Shadowlands stuff. As we learn more, you learn more. So with that being said, we'll see you in the next one. Take care.